Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan at 12 o'clock on a Monday. Welcome. I've got my best grandma cup today because I'm a grandma, as some of you will know, 5 weeks old. I think just yesterday, bless him. So little Franklin is my grandson, and they bought me this lovely cup. So it's my favourite colour as well, yellow. So I hope you're all okay. Getting back to that, I'm a happy nanny nan. I hope you're all okay and everyone's had a good week since I was last on here. It's really good to do this every week because people need just a little bit more energy on a Monday. Have you noticed people are just so running around, spinning and out of balance? I'm always talking about this, out of balance. Oh, someone's here. Oh, Daniel, it's lovely you're watching. Happy Monday to you. I haven't seen you for a bit. It's lovely that you're here. So, okay, what's today about? Okay, it's good that you've joined us. So the Tea with Nan today is all about resetting your bubble. Now you might think, what's she talking about? Well, it all came from an idea I've got. It's about a spirit level, really. Here's a spirit level, a little tiny one, okay? And you know the little bubble that comes in just about the middle there when you've got it right. This is kind of where we want to remember we need to set our own spirit level bubble. And as one of my friends said, he wants to set his spiritual bubble, which is perfect because he does a lot of work with spirit levels anyway. But yes, if we can set our spiritual bubble and make sure that that is in the middle of ourselves, that we are balanced and in harmony, then we're going to be doing everything in our life much easier. So I wanted to bring this along just to show you, because this is something of a lovely idea. Perhaps you can take a picture of this, or perhaps get a little picture and put it on the wall to remind you that this is something we should be doing every day with ourselves. We've got a spirit level this way, but if we imagine a spirit level this way, so instead of being here, it's here, okay? And the spirit level bubble should be in our heart chakra here, okay? But quite often, instead of being here, where our first chakras are born, are made, you know, when we're a baby, when we're embryos, the very first chakra we have that was formed is the heart chakra. And then the others are formed alongside, which is lovely. But that's our soul, that's our spirit level. That's our bubble. And we want to have it back in the proper place, don't we? Quite often we are in our heads, we're thinking too much, we're doing too much. And when we're thinking too much, the bubble goes here. And when we're doing too much, the bubble goes down to here. Okay, we get jobs done, but we need to go back to the middle of the center. We need to be in our center. It's good to see you the other day. Oh, thank you, Daniel. It was lovely to see you too. Thank you. So we need to put our bubble back where it should be, in the center of ourselves. And we need to be aware that that can be something that's out of balance without us even knowing it's there. It could be too much here, too much down there, and we're all sort of wobbly. We're not in the right place of balance, are we? So when we do that physically, emotionally, mentally, we are more ourselves. Everything is easier to do. Everything's easier to attain, to strive for. We are more present in our soul journey, really. So we need to be aware of what's bringing us out of balance. And as I say, I've got so many tools that can help you with this, and so many times I talk about this. But if you're in balance with yourself, your higher self, your inner child, then everything works better in your body. Now, you can think better. I know that when we're chaotic, we don't think properly. And that breeds into more sort of law of attraction, not thinking properly. So you can be a bit distracted, chaotic, and more of the negative feelings you're feeling can be attracted more of, because you're feeling them for more than 17 seconds. So we need to reset our bubble. Be aware in a playful way how we can reset ourselves back into that center. And there's lots of different ways that people find to do this, you know, but being aware is the most important thing. Of course, this is going to help you with your green heart chakra if you apply this today. There's so many things that I've got to go with it today, so I've got to be careful. It's a bit of a mess on my board today. But we do need to rebalance ourselves. So, bubble. You know, just think bubble. What can we do? Oh, hi, Paul. Thank you for joining us. What can we do to reset ourselves? And it's a good way to start the week, isn't it? The Monday. So we don't perhaps overthink. We're not too much in our heads. We're not too much doing. That that just exhausts you, doesn't it? You've got too much going on in here. You can't be balanced. It's exhausting. You don't sleep well. You've got too much going on down in your base chakra, too much action, not enough relaxation, etc. Then you're going to be exhausted physically. And we don't want that, because we can't be ourselves, and we can't do more for other people as well. So we need to be the best version of ourselves, perhaps by thinking, reset our bubbles. Okay, so it's just a playful way, isn't it? I love it. So as always, I've got a symbol as well, one I've used before, but it is very good to use again. It's perfect for today. So what have I got on my board here? Yes, it's good for your heart chakra. My friend who he wants to call it his spiritual level. I totally agree. It's lovely. I'm going to be using that in my workshops when I'm doing equilibrium well-being workshops in next year, 25. And I'll be doing all over the country. So if you're interested in a workshop I plan to do for your mind and body in your area, perhaps you could email me on nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, and I'll try and place a workshop perhaps where you are. So if you sort of come back to me with where you are, perhaps I can organise that. It'd be nice to attend that, actually, and get it out there. And spirit level will just be one of the tools I use on that equilibrium workshop. Certainly the symbol, balance and equilibrium, that I might as well show you now, is going to be the one that I really focus on for that, because intention is everything. And I want to be able to help you and perhaps share this with other people. You never know, they might just want me to do a workshop in their area. So balanced is good. You can balance yourself. You can help balance by example. You can help balance other people, because if you're feeling balanced and you're feeling in harmony and you're feeling safe in being who you are, then other people are more likely to be influenced by that as well, aren't they? So my exercises generally help to do this for you, to give you that balance. So what's taken away your balance? I mean, think about that. Are you, I've got a little list here. Are you working too hard? Are you giving too much of yourself to your relationships? How is the balance out? Because I can guarantee every single person, including myself, everybody experiences some kind of imbalance in their day or their week or their lives. How can we rebalance it? Well, we have to think about it. Okay, am I giving too much? Am I too tired? If you're too tired, the balance isn't right. How can you correct that? In being aware of it, you're halfway there. So take, for instance, if you were ill, you know, a lot of people I know are listening to this are ill in some ways. And I was inspired to write this little note to myself today because of one of my friends. And he's very ill at the moment. And I thought, well, okay, he's got that illness. He's out of balance. How about you imagine if you are ill in some way, that you set your spirit level back to the center with a breath. Just think of that balance. Perhaps put the harmony, perhaps put that back into yourself again. Imagine that's your hands and you're going to do balance and equilibrium. Imagine you put yourself into that harmony of well-being again. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Some people I know, to rebalance, might want to go and hug a tree. That's a wonderful idea. Trees have roots that go underneath and they feed each other, as most people will know the value of them now. They're not just, tree huggers aren't just people that like the idea of hugging a tree, but they know the value of the energy beneath that tree and how it will ground you and reset you. So I actually think that is a wonderful idea, to hug a tree. I used to do it lots, and I live right near the woods now. And it's so good to be able to connect to the bark, the wood, the groundedness, the feet on the ground. Beautiful feeling. That naturally will set your spirit level back. It might just be you walk in the woods. It might be, or in nature. It might be that you take your shoes off and go in your garden. That is a lovely idea to ground. And that is a natural way, without being too mindful, to set your bubble. We need to reset you, and in whatever way it takes to do it. Now, I've got two friends actually who are both into music, and they have very, very busy lives and lots of chaos and challenges that are going on around them. And how they balance is because they think about that thing, yes, I'll get that sorted, and then they go and play music. And whether you actually can play an instrument or you just put the music on, music's a great way of rebalancing you. Dancing, singing, playing, anything that's more playful and childlike, great That will help to balance that sensible adult that we tend to be. So where are your thoughts in the day? Are you thinking about something too much? Bring yourself back. Think, what can I do to rebalance? Is my bubble in the wrong place? It's a playful thing. I love it. So how would you like to do that? How would you? Okay, it might be thinking about your relationship. It might be, you might be giving too much to a family member or your partner or something. You need to rebalance it a little bit. Bring yourself back into giving yourself what you need from other people. There's lots of talks, as I say, to go with this, but one that comes to mind is Be Your Own Cake. I love Be Your Own Cake because Be Your Own Cake was a Nan talk. And what I mean by that, if you go onto my website, nancyfinch.co.uk, you'll find my Nan talks are colour-coded. And Be Your Own Cake was in orange, I believe. Nan talk 7th of the 6th, 21. Be Your Own Cake is a really good thing to look at because it is about you nurturing yourself. And maybe that would balance you. Find ways to nurture you. Give yourself the things you need from others. So you're no longer expecting all your people around you to give you what you need. And that's a way of balancing as well, isn't it? Not needing, not being codependent, maybe. Like, I used to be that all my life. I know that's why I make these up. I invent these lovely talks and these exercises because I've had to actually invent them for myself, of course. And I know they work. So that's how I've got 140, I think, or more of these. And they all link together if you want to. So go on my website, play, look at all the Nan talks and the Tea with Nans. And if you want more advice on any of those things you listen to, you can always email me, like I suggest. So going back to it, how would you like to do that? You want to rebalance, perhaps giving too much in your relationships, maybe your body's well-being. Maybe you're feeling too tired and exhausted. A few people I know, a few clients are going, oh, it's Christmas soon in a few weeks and we're way off yet, but they're already exhausted, thinking about things, commitments, family commitments that they are already tired from thinking about. Well, we need to pull ourselves back, rebalance ourselves. You know, it's very important. We might be insecure or worried about somebody. That's not balanced. That's in one place of worry, and that's going to shut down all of these, really. It shuts down all of these. But if you're worried, you're shutting down this one. It's your main battery. If you're lonely, you're shutting down your heart chakra. How can we rebalance that? Be Your Own Cake would be good for that. If you're sad, how could you make yourself happy? Oh, hi, Angela. I call you Angel, you know. It's lovely you've joined. I think I might just carry on calling you Angel because that's what you are. It was lovely to meet you the other day. You're an absolute star. So lots of love to you on a Monday. It's lovely. Happy hugs. So going back to the Chakra Man, every time you are more balanced within yourself, you are helping every one of those energies. And that in turn is going to help keep you physically well, emotionally well. So it's worth doing. Oh, thank you, Angie. Angela. I'm going to call you lots of stuff, I think, but Angel definitely suits you. So think about ways that we might be imbalanced. Is it that we're working too hard? Is it that we're giving too much? Is it that we haven't got enough time? A lot of people don't have enough time for themselves. They're so busy giving their time, attention. Maybe it's a lifetime thing. Maybe we've got used to it, conditioned ourselves to it. So we need to learn to pull ourselves back and give ourselves the time, perhaps, for ourselves to rebalance, to see who we really are underneath what we are for others, what we do for everyone else. So it's important. I mean, Angela, sorry, just look at the spirit level again. This is what I introduced at the beginning. Get yourself a little spirit level, guys, and put it on the side as an ornament and think, how am I balanced? Am I imbalanced today? Am I giving too much? And that will be something that you will know in your heart. Is there time for you, maybe? Are you sleeping enough? Are you giving too much of your attention to something else like housework? That can be done whenever, but you do need to give yourself some time just to breathe, just to be. And it makes sense because when you've done those things and you do feel balanced, then you see how life wasn't balanced before. And you can recognize it because you're measuring it, because now you feel nice and calm. So I have lots and lots of ideas for this. You can do what I've done. I've got this lovely little beautiful crystal here. It's a nice little round bubble, and it reminds me of this spiritual bubble, as my friend calls it. It reminds me of it, our spiritual selves. So if I keep this on and I happen to glance at it in the mirror, I know that I've got to check where my bubble is. Is it too much in my head? Is it too much doing? It should be here in my heart chakra. So I've also got a beautiful ring I love. It's a nice little bubble. It's a nice amber. And that too reminds me. So I've got this as what they call external context cue in psychology. These are reminders. These make you feel. These make you react to, okay? It could be earrings. If you've got little earrings, it might remind you of it. And you could just have a bracelet, guys, if you want to. Oh, thank you too. That's a nice little picture of you, Angie. Angela, that's lovely. So what would it be to remind you? Would it be a spirit level on the side that you have a picture of, or an actual little one to remind you? Because that would bring you back into being mindful, wouldn't it? Could it be something you're wearing? Could it be something you put on the mirror? Be mindful, spirit level. That would be really good for you to reset your bubble. Maybe make a note on your phone. I haven't got that on my list, but you could make a note on your phone, or perhaps a reminder, set your spirit level or reset your bubble. That's what today's all about, resetting your bubble. Check, have you too many thoughts and feelings up here? Are you doing too much physically? Simple as that. As you go up these chakras, they're physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. If we can reset, then we have all of them in harmony. So this particular exercise is good to set you up to achieve anything you want to be anything you want to change your life, to give yourself back the harmony that you perhaps didn't realize you didn't have. Okay? So think about it. Are you overworked? Are you overcommitted? You know, proactive, clever people tend to be overcommitted in so many ways. So we need to set the intention for that balance. Now, a while back, I did a lovely talk on the yellow ribbon. Okay, the yellow ribbon is in the Tea with Nans. That's what we're doing here, not the Nan Talks. The Nan Talks are color coded on my website, but the Tea with Nans are just dated. So yeah, the yellow ribbon is on the 8th of the 7th, 24, and I love this particular exercise because I'm getting lots of feedback from all the exercises that I give out. This one particularly seems to be the easiest for most people and the most rewarding straight away. You get yourself a yellow ribbon. It explains it all in that talk. But how we can use it for today's subject is we might say, I find it easy to reset my spiritual level. Okay? You might make that into an affirmation. As you're breathing out, you've got a beginning and an end of the ribbon. And it's about being mindful with your intention and affirmation and detach. When you're detached, you give yourself a chance to rebalance. It's one of my favorite things. It's a quick and easy way of doing it as well. So you might have a physical thing you want to do with that. You might have an emotional thing you want to make up. The opposite of a negative is what we're after. So your mind is listening. 95% of your mind is subconscious, and it will take everything you say. So the yellow ribbon is one of my favorites, okay? And also we have hand-head meditation. That's really nice as well. That was on the 18th of the 7th, 22. And how you use that particular exercise is you have your hands and you place them over your eyes, sort of cup them over your eyes, say you're in the dark. And you imagine the words are coming, the words you want to have, the corrective affirmation, like all is well, or I am reset and balanced in my mind and body. Anything you want. Imagine the words as coming out of your hands into the darkness, into your mind. So you're kind of setting the intention with words coming like ticky-tack thing, coming up into your mind, behind your eyes, and into you. And you're doing that for more than 17 seconds. And because you're so mindful, because there's no other stimulus, you're just in your mind, you can give yourself what you need. So where are you out of balance? Put the balance. You might say, I have balance in this particular area. So if it was relationships, you might see that as I am now balanced in the energy I give to my relationships. And all of that goes into your mind, into your body, or into your ribbon. It's nice. Another one I've got for my Nan Talks that I was referencing as in exercises, that's in the indigo section. And that's Still Your Waters, where you imagine that the waters are all choppy, too many thoughts, too many feelings, and you calm your waters. You place your hands above the water in your mind, and like a pond, and you set that intention, and you put your hands down, and you breathe, and you imagine all the water becomes calm, and your body is made up of water, so your body's going to love this. Calm, set your waters to be still. Still your waters. On the 28th of the 6th, 21, if you want to look at that, and the breath and the intention will make it easier, because you can't see your reflection in choppy waters, can you? You can only see your reflection in still waters, like a mirror. Well, when you give yourself a chance to reset your bubble, then you're seeing yourself in still waters. You're seeing yourself grounded and still, the best version of yourself. So that's a couple you can do. So you've got the ribbon, which I particularly like, because people like tangible, don't they? And it's comforting for you and a child. So have a look at that. Tea with Nan, 8th of the 7th, 24. And let me know how you feel about that, because I'm getting a lot of feedback. There's one particular lady who wanted to lose weight, and she just told herself she was the weight she wants to be, and that she no longer wants the foods that made her big or bigger. I know that feeling. So she just told herself she no longer needed that particular food, and she was this weight. And she's lost a lot of weight. And my disclaimer is it doesn't work for everybody, but it can work if you're mindful and you just invest in it. Even though your conscious brain is going to argue with you, your subconscious buys every word. So there's lots of ways you can use that particular exercise. But think about this. Are you fearful? Are you sad? Are you lonely? Are you overcommitted? How can you re-put the balance back into your body and mind and emotion from those feelings that you're having? Just be aware of those feelings. We don't want a negative feeling. That's bad for us. It shuts down our energies and it makes us live in a tinier place of self. So if we can just think, I don't feel balanced here or here, tell yourself you are. Use the exercises I've given you, the ribbon, the hand-head meditation. Just imagine those words are going into your mind. And you will feel better just from the mindfulness, the detachment, the breath that you take to do it. I know it works because I've seen it and I've done it myself. So is there anything else on my board? Let's have a look. Yeah, your soul journey, I talk about that. It helps you on your soul journey because you're not in your own way. You're not in your own way. There's not chaos around you. There's calm. And when you're calm, you have an easier time. Everything you do is easier. So yeah, I think that's more or less everything, apart from we're going back to the symbol. If people have trouble with the exercises I've given them, perhaps they can't see the words leaving their hands into their minds, perhaps they can't do the affirmations on here, then just imagine that everything in those areas that I mentioned, physical, emotional areas, mental, spiritual, time, overworked, whatever lack you have, imagine you now have the balance of what you need from that. So you have balance in your bank account, you have balance in your relationships, you have balance, and equilibrium holds you in that place. So this is another one. I've introduced it before, but it is a lovely one to use. It is one of my main affirmations that I use a lot with people, balance and equilibrium, set to an intention of an action. So how we do it, we think of balance, equilibrium, in any of the areas that you find that you're imbalanced. Or you can simply hold your hands and imagine you are the symbol. Think of a symbol in your hand, moving up to your head, down to the other hand, and under your base chakra. Beautiful, just using your hands. How easy is that? So that is just a simple way. You've got your symbol, you've got your ribbon, you've got your hand-head meditation, you've got your still your waters. Lovely. If you have any trouble understanding those, then come back to me, email me, as I say, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk. Think to yourself in the day, where is my bubble? Where is it? Is it out? Is it this way or that way? Is it down? Is it up? This is what we're thinking of now. Back to the heart chakra and breathe. And imagine, visualize that bubble is now level here. And just do it with me now. Just imagine. It's been too many thoughts. There's been too much action. This is how imbalances happen to people anyway, because the bubble is out. And that's how our body goes out of balance. So if it's imbalanced, you're less likely to have any imbalance happening to your physical, emotional self. You need to be in balance to avoid imbalance. That's quite funny. So think about that, guys, and perhaps give me some feedback. Tell me how you get on. As I say, I've had lots of good feedback with some of the exercises lately, especially the ribbon. So play music, do whatever it takes, hug a tree, do whatever it takes to make you balanced. Would it be playtime? Would it be being still? Would it be sitting in the garden? Would it be going for a walk? What would make you balance your mind and body? And think of yourself as you're doing that, or listening to music, or whatever you do. Think of yourself as setting your bubble again, putting it back where it should be in your heart chakra. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Time has marched on as always. I will see you next week, and I think I've got something special to talk about next week. I've got it in mind, so I won't tell you about it now. I'll see if I can get it organised and present it to you next week. I hope you have a lovely week, guys, and just be mindful of your spiritual level. Reset your bubble. Okay, perhaps do this every day. Put a reminder on your phone. Reset your bubble. And smile at yourself as you do it. And think well done to yourself. If you managed it just once, you're making a big difference to your body, mind, and what you attract by the law of attraction. So have fun with that. And please share this, because you never know with your friends and family who might just need a little bit more inspiration or positive thoughts on a Monday. We all have so much to do. It's good to stop and regroup ourselves and to be inspired by anyone who makes you smile. So I hope I can do that. Namaste moment to all of you. Lots of love. Have a wonderful week, and I shall see you soon. As I say, please share this and have a lovely week. Take care, everybody. Lots of love.